And we now move to Colombia, where the Citizen Power Movement announced it was joining the historic pact, an electoral alliance formed by several progressive parties and social movements seeking to put up a united front in elections next year. We have more details with our correspondent Hernan Tobar.
The potential number of people eligible to vote in Colombia is approximately 38 million. They will have the option of choosing on March 13, 2022, the lawmakers who will represent them in Congress, as well as the President of the nation in the first round of the balloting process, set for May 29th. With their sights set on the polls, movements and parties are planning their approaches and consolidating their coalitions. This is how Citizen Power, the movement led by former Senator Piedad Córdoba, decided to join this historic pact electoral alliance that brings together several progressive and leftist political organizations in Colombia. In the case of Piedad Córdoba, well, she's a significant person not only in the country's left, but also in the struggle of black communities in Colombia and of the women's struggle. Bold women, unafraid to step up to the first line on the political stage, and that is a symbolic, which is kind of natural idea of the pact. The pact is formed by a series of social representatives, some of which haven't any experience in the electoral race. However, this is a key moment where they are all aiming for a fundamental change in the way the country is run. The political movement is composed by organizations of diverse backgrounds, like the Communist Party, Patriotic Union, Colombia Humana, and the Alternative Indigenous Movement, along with other associations that have found common ground in the demands being voiced in the streets, the necessity of respecting and seeing to the application of the peace treaties, and the reduction of the high levels of violence that are tearing Colombian society apart. The pact has a strong center of union that is unbreakable, and by which any person or organization that adheres to it is bound. That is the defense of peace, of Havana treaties, and in those there are many solutions for the human rights crisis the country is experiencing, not only in terms of safety, also in terms of social transformations that safety promotes and makes it possible in the conflicted territories. Violence in the Colombian territories is still taking many lives. Over the weekend, massacre number 71 was announced, having taken place in the municipality of Tulua, where 3 people were murdered, among them a minor. Another violent event in the same area of the Cauca Valley also made headlines, the assassination of the journalist Marco Efraín Montalvo. During this year, 9 massacres were carried out in the department, with a total of 41 deaths. In the year 2021, there have been 75 indigenous people murdered, victims from different ethnicities, although mostly of the Nasa people. Since the peace treaty was signed, the count is of 289 homicides, of 333 at the national level, and we see that these are systematic violations of the human rights of the indigenous peoples of Colombia. Likewise, the murder of indigenous leader José Lisandro Cayapu in the municipality of Caldono, department of Cauca, was added to the long list of killings of advocates for social change. In Cauca, the indigenous population is particularly affected by the dynamics of the internal conflict. This deplorable state of affairs worsens even more with the assassination of the signatory to the peace agreement, Manuel Mera Viveros, in Quibdó, Chocó department. The killing of Mera Viveros is the 37th in 2021. The same fate was shared by Maria Nancy Ramirez, murdered in the Santa Rosa de Osos municipality, Antioquia department.